Hello, AfterBuzz TV fans. It is the Drag Race UK finale, and we're going to discuss the tops and bottoms of the season. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, the buzz begins.
Hello, hello, hello. I am your host, 123 Jackie B, here as always with Mark J. Freeman, a.k.a. Lorraine Love.
Hello.
J-Lo rocks, 3 X's if you're nasty.
Hey, it's me and I'm back in the building.
And Ollie Dreamer.
I'm super excited.
And thank you, as always, to our fans joining in the chat room. We have someone from Nolens, Louisiana.
Yes.
Someone from Guam.
Toronto, I know.
Toronto.
Paris.
There's, someone from
Paris.
Glasgow.
Simon, MC28.
Simon.
Hi. Hi, y'all. We love that you join us from
Simon.
around the world. If you could also, while you're in the chat room, give us a thumbs up, write a comment. We look at them, and then we pick our fan of the week from them.
Yes.
So what did you guys think of the finale of the first season of Drag Race UK?
I have to wear cake on my face because since episode 1, I've been telling y'all that my girl Baga was supposed to be the winner, but I ate that cake really fast. But I'm still proud that she made it this far. I think that the competition did kind of get to her towards the end of it, so she kind of like tapped out. But the winner was very well deserved. Shout out to the Vivian, which is UK's drag ambassador as well. So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I can't wait for season 2, which is already confirmed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I thought it was... Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, they already have like season 2 like promo stuff on the app.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool how, like, I like some of the things they did in this finale because they brought back the eliminated queens, which they don't do ever on the US version. So that was really cool to see everyone in kind of like their finale looks, which we'll talk about. So it was really refreshing. They had like a little mini reunion. I really liked that. As for the winner, she's amazing, but I had a different preference who I wanted to win.
Are you playing favorites?
Yes, what well-deserved favorites, but we'll talk about it. But it was still very good. It was a really strong top 3, regardless. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about
it.
So the episode opens up with, the queens wiping away Cheryl's lipstick comment, and I thought it was interesting because. Vivian starts, who I always think of as someone who's super confident, starts talking about how she's worried because she was in the bottom of the girl group challenge, and this is going to be another like singing dancing challenge. And then of course Davina, who did great in that challenge, is like not worried about that. But she did say that she felt added pressure because she sings and dances. So I feel like you're just going to feel pressured all the way around because it's
a pressure competition.
Yeah. The one thing I did notice though was that they seem to always now, like I can't remember how many seasons they've been doing this now, but it seems like now every finale is going to be like them singing a Rue song and then dancing to it.
Which they didn't have a Rue song. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like the final lip sync.
They've been doing that since season 1. They've been doing a Rue song. It's just been like music video or something like that.
Right.
But it's not live performance. But I don't know. Watching this, y'all might read me, but it's okay. When I was watching them do the rehearsals, I was like, none of them are good. They were all tripping over, and I was like, oh, this is not going to be good.
Well, you are asking a group of the whitest people to do Latin dancing. Which,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. They were doing the washing machine and what is this called?
The sprinkler.
The sprinkler. I was like, okay, Rue, you might but...
I mean, even Davina, who has had a dance background, it's like Latin dance... Unlike some of the other ballroom, like a waltz or something, it requires a little bit of that kind of like zhuzh finesse that sometimes you can't teach somebody that, so.
I just thought that was like a weird choice of dance too for that song. I never would have thought like pairing, the salsa or the what's it called, the waltz with To the Moon.
Right.
Right. There was like samba. What else was there?
It was samba, cha-cha, and tango.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll get into that when we discuss that. But the first, they do What's the Tea, which they, I love that the final queens always get this kind of like one-on-one moment with Ru. Even before they started doing specifically the podcast stuff, they still had the Tic Tac moment, where they come and talk to Ru. Because you get to learn more about the queens. We had Baga explaining her background with her mom. We had Davina kind of talking about how she felt underestimated by Vivian and kind of explaining that. And then Vivian talking about her addiction again. Did you guys have any thoughts on the What's the Tea moments, which were our mirror moments of the episode?
I thought that, okay, first off, I want the episode for real. I don't want no TV version of it. I want to download the podcast for real. So Ru, upload those podcasts.
Is he gonna upload them?
They never upload the What's the Teas with the Queens.
Don't?
So I'm always looking for him, and I never can find a full episode because it doesn't exist. Or it exists.
He's like, this was boring. I'm not uploading.
Yeah, it's just set up when you look at the camera, when you look at the platform, all the microphones are just microphones. There's nothing plugged up, so it's okay. We still saw it. Davina spoke out the most to me because she came out about having the pressure to be perfect. And I feel like we all face that because we're in the showbiz, and we always have to put our best foot forward. But sometimes that can be damaging to who we really are. So being able to figure out the ego and strip it down and kind of navigate through this showbiz world is a challenge that we face every day. So I feel like that was the most What's the Tea for me.
Especially how talented she is. I mean, the girl speaks 5 languages and she can dance, she can sing, she's a triple threat. Her resume is probably 5 pages long. So just to know that someone as qualified as her is struggling with being so self-deprivating and so hard on themselves, and that's definitely eye-opening for me. And it's good to know. That's my winner right there. I love her so much.
It was relatable.
Yeah.
Mark, I feel like you have comments, especially because someone in the chat room said they usually get into it with their friends and then come to the chat room and agree with you and me.
No, I do. I like the. It's always nice to hear their backstories and stuff, and then you got to find out more about, because I know Baga got a lot of flack because of the stuff she was saying about her mom and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of that got explained this episode as well. People just don't have, you don't understand people's relationship with their family, unless you're part of that. So she kind of explained that, and I appreciated that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I liked about that particular story was that her mom, after it seemed she gives this explanation of where she had a better, it was better for her to live with her grandma, and grow up with her grandma. But her mom, after not having that much of a relationship with her, still wanted to come on the show and support her and be made over. That was moving to me, because I was here's a person that maybe you didn't have the best relationship with, but is now really trying to come and meet you, which I mean that moved me, because I think everybody in their life has had at least one family member where you're man, I wish I put in the extra effort, or they put in or they could meet me halfway to understand me, So,
and that's just relatable for a queer, a queer person's life for sure. And you can even see in the episode that it wasn't picture perfect. It wasn't this perfect reunion. Yeah, they got to reconnect and whatnot, and I'm sure they're fine now. But it was just kind of that's something that a queer person does go through sometimes with their family member. Whether it's their mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, it happens.
I also thought I liked Vivian made a comment about the cast really representing British drag specifically, and not trying to imitate things that American queens say.
-1.
Yeah, -1. I agree.
Who? Wait, what happened?
Cheryl.
Yeah.
Wait, what did she say?
She just was.
She just
emulated.
gives off, yeah.
Kept trying to do Alyssa.
Oh.
But yeah.
But I found that refreshing about this season because I don't want to come and watch a British show and have them just pretend to be doing like what the U.S. queens do.
Right.
It's fun seeing somebody else's take on drag.
Well, and I think that's why, and I think that's why this season of Drag Race UK for me was so nice, because it did remind me of the beginning stages of what the show started out as working drag queens, people who do this, on a regular basis, who, it's their livelihood, and we're going to now put you in a competition. Whereas now it's becoming people doing drag to be on the show, to be famous, which is a very different reason behind it. And I think that getting to see all these, like, they were saying, like, if you go out in London, you see the Vivienne, you see Baga, you see Davina. Those are the people that you go to see, so it was nice to see. Like, and just even like the camaraderie with them, like that's genuinely what's backstage. I think you can agree to that too. It's like, it's not that, I mean, yes, there's catty, bitchy stuff, but it really is a sisterhood. Like, everyone is sister, you know what I mean? You're there, you're helping each other out. You're, oh girl, here I got this. Oh girl, here I got that, blah, blah, blah. It was just nice, and I think when the girls even came back at the end, which we'll talk about again later, but you could tell that they were all like genuinely excited to see each other. And like, even just the other girls who were eliminated, like, you guys deserve this. Like, they were so just encouraging and positive, and I'm always going to be a proponent of that. There's enough in fighting.
And I don't know if any of the queens received like hate mail this year. Like,
I know, right?
Nobody got acid threats or death threats.
Well, I know Baga got a lot from her mom episode. She was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But not really many people said they're going to throw acid on them.
Right.
Which we do not condone here in the U.S.
No, we do not.
And people should not be doing that.
All over a drag show. I can't.
It's just, no. Yeah. So rehearsal, they showed the rehearsal, which you guys know I love, but they had such a short clip of them like brainstorming about their songs. I was like, now why isn't the song part, in the rehearsal? So that bums me out a little bit, because I was hoping to see some of the song stuff, but it was really eye-opening to see the rehearsal for the Latin dancing, because you had Davina being the only person who like really knew how to dance, and then not to mention that, like I said earlier, like Latin dancing, it's not easy, and especially the moves they were having them do were all pretty advanced or fast. So I was kind of thinking in my head, I was like, I wonder how much time they have to rehearse this, because it seems like a lot.
Well, they never show us like if it's day or nighttime outside the studio. So God knows that they're there for however long.
It's the landmines that are outside the studio.
Don't you dare leave. Are you leaving?
Did we feed you today? No. But it was cool that they kind of did like the whole rehearse the dance and whatever what they usually do on the US version. But almost like, because this is UK Drag Race, I almost wanted like a different finale challenge. I don't know if anyone felt the same, but because I just wanted them something different, because these aren't like except for Davina, like they're not trained dancers, so I don't know what it could have been, but maybe something different for the UK Drag Race girls. I don't know, just maybe something more, I don't know, humorous. I don't know. I enjoyed it still, but I kind of thought they could have like maybe come up with something different. But
I feel like they should let them have more input into their own dance moves, because it's supposed to be their song, with their, not their song, but it's supposed to be their lyrics, and they're supposed to be representing themselves.
Yeah, that's what I got. Speaking of that, I felt like their lyrics didn't tell us who they were. Yeah. It was very
It was
blah,
already
blah, blah, blah.
written for them.
Yeah, it was 2 sentences and that was it. And I was thinking to myself, that was it? Like, I didn't get to know who Baga was. I know who Baga is, but you thought they would have had more time for lyrics or something that would stand out. That was their brand, their personality, whatever. So I was a little like, oh, I'm not downloading this song.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining still. I was proud of them to commit to it and do the challenge regardless. But I thought they could have allowed the girls to put more personality into it.
Like choose their own outfits. As much as I think that kind of outfit is fun for ballroom dancing, the shimmery
Fringe,
windshield wiper fringe kind of going on. It was fun to watch, but
Maybe
it's
a leotard.
Yeah.
Why not?
They should all wear their own
Wasn't it a
leotard.
leotard?
That's what I was. Yeah.
And I
mean,
didn't
it
like,
basically was.
So everybody had everybody had one color, and I feel like who was it that wore the opposite color?
Baga.
Baga's outfit didn't fit,
Gold,
or her
yeah.
zipper popped, or something like that, and they gave her a second choice. That's what it looked like to me, because there was no it was very Reju Rochu. Everybody's wearing black, and then it's just one standout sword of a nude bodysuit.
And I would have been okay with it if she stayed center the whole time.
Right.
But she wasn't going to stay
wasn't.
center the whole time, so then it kind of threw it off for me.
threw it off.
Because even Alan Carr made a comment about how her dress was kind of falling apart and molting all over the stage. So then I had to go, okay, so were they given those, or did they happen to have, Davina's and the Vivians were so much alike.
Yeah,
That it was just
given.
so they were given one odd. I just made that just didn't
She
make
probably
any
didn't
sense to me.
fit it. Like I said, the zipper could have broke or something would have
Could
happened.
be.
Yeah.
Could be.
You never know. But we will get the tea from Baga.
Yeah,
What is the tea, girl?
girl.
Let us
So
know.
another thing I noticed is that the Vivian was wearing actual ballroom shoes, which are much easier to dance in.
I'm glad you brought it up because that
And-
was one of the things I was
and
going
the
to say.
two
Go back.
other girls.
Oh, they're
were-
like a
Little biscuit.
Yeah, they're
like a character shoe.
like a nude. Yeah, it's a character shoe. It's like
Yeah.
a nude little biscuit shoe, which they're meant for ballroom dancing. So
Well,
they're
dancing period.
She did the challenge then, right?
But
Well, I would say Davina and Baga get more credit because they were in
wearing
5-6
really-
inch heels
yeah.
and doing that.
Yeah. So either you should have let all the queen, or should
Yep.
have forced all the queens to wear the high sparkly shoe, or you should have said, "Hey, it's really hard to dance in this kind of huge platform shoe. We'll just give everybody a character shoe." So I felt that gave the Vivian a bit of an advantage, in that final performance because she was wearing a character shoe, which is more comfortable.
I mean, I thought Davina's choreography, hands down, Davina's choreography was the toughest.
The toughest.
It was just to even try. They were reaching at straws, going, Vivian gave the most face. Oh, sorry, didn't realize giving face was part of the challenge. It's all back to that. We're going to say what we want you to hear because we want to crown this person. So we can't say that they didn't dance well. We're just going to say they gave the best face on stage.
I would have gave it to a bitch who do backward splits and a triple turn.
Which is what Davina was doing.
Yeah.
She was doing the splits in the. I even looked at her shoes multiple times. I was like, shit, she is doing that. Because I was like, this old bitch would have cracked out a pair of boots with a little 3-4 inch heel, and I would have socked it to you. But there's just no way I could have done that. Absolutely no way I could have done that in those heels. Absolutely.
Yeah,
no way.
when I saw
I'm
her
about
do
300 pounds heavier than
the triple turn into the guy, I was like, oh, that's the winner right there.
Yeah.
It was very perfect. It was pristine. She didn't fall over him. She hit that point. And then what also I got from this, there was a little breakdown part, and it was Gloria Estefan conga. Did you hear if you go back and watch it, it's the conga beat, and I was like, okay, I like this. I was like, okay, that's every gay's dream. They love it. They love Gloria Estefan.
I love
Do you know
her
who Gloria
too.
Estefan is?
Yes.
Okay.
I met her.
But
you met her?
You did.
Well, shout out to my dear friend Troy back in Columbus, Ohio. He's friends with her. He's a super fan, and he goes to her concerts. And she was here in what do you call it? The casino begins with an M.
Montecito?
No.
Morongo.
I think she was at Morongo or something, somewhere over there. Anyways, he came to town and he took me as his guest to the concert, and we went backstage and met her. So there's a picture on my.
Nice.
Yeah, she's super sweet, very nice.
Somebody in the chat mentioned that maybe they should have done a variety show as an ending thing.
Yeah.
Which would have,
I love
think
that,
would
which
have
is
They all can do what they do best.
Yeah.
And then you don't have an excuse.
something like that we see in the All-Star
If they did a
seasons.
variety show, we won't have a talent show for All Stars.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Which I do like.
And then
because
Rue
they-
can't sell her album.
Right. I mean, I don't mind that they have to do the dancing challenge and stuff. That doesn't bother me so much. Although it was basically what they did for the girl group. So it was kind of a repeat. It's like almost if they did, let's do Snatch Game for the finale again. You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep repeating it. But whatever. It is what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the final runway.
Yes.
First with the top 3, and then they let the returning queens do the runway, which I was gagging over.
Yeah.
Because whenever the returning queens come in the U.S., they come to the reunion, they're sitting down, so you can't really see their full outfit. And I was like, why can't they do this every season? So first we have Baga.
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's up or not, but Baga is wearing she's wearing like up. Cheryl's Marilyn Monroe hair and a blue dress. I thought this was Baga's best look, actually. I thought it was very Baga. I thought it was on brand. I thought it was on brand that she stole Cheryl's hair.
I mean, for Baga, I loved it. I loved it. I thought she looked great.
Well, speaking of the camaraderie, it was cool that Cheryl left her a wig. Yeah. So that was really cute.
I think she just stole it, didn't she?
Yeah. Take that area, Versace.
No, not Wingate.
Because when she said it was Cheryl's too, I just can't picture Cheryl in that hair. So I have a feeling Cheryl was just like, I'm never going to wear this hair. You take it back. It just doesn't look like what Cheryl would wear to me. But I thought she looked great. I mean,
why didn't you like it? It was very Marilyn Monroe. Alan Carr. I think Alan Carr said that.
I get it, but it just wasn't a finale look for Baga.
Okay.
So then we had Davina, and I thought her look was like perfect for.
That's blue.
That's blue. Davina has red hair.
There it is. Yes, that's Davina.
So she had kind of a futuristic take on the Union Jack. I loved this because I was like, that's what I want to see in a British finale. Yeah. I want to see a look that is distinctly British, and I felt that's what that was.
I really liked it. I wish I like kind of minimal stuff. So I just thought the necklace, I just wanted that to go away because I just thought by itself, just the dress would have just made it so like. If you're gonna wear a dress like that, then just wear a dress like that. You don't need to like have red, white, and blue jewelry and red, white, and blue cuffs and stuff like that. I couldn't tell. When I watched it the second time, it looked like the top was a nude. It's long sleeve, like it was nude over top.
You can see a seam.
Okay, that's what I thought when I looked at it.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, so which is fine. I mean, I don't care. The fact that it took me a while to notice it, I guess, is good. That she didn't walk right out and I go, oh, is she wearing a nude thing? It took me a couple of times to watch it to notice it. That didn't bother me so much. But I'm wondering if the collar and the necklace are part of that.
It's all part of it because she pins down that one piece of hair on the seam so you can't see it. Okay. So because there's a scene when she's going like all the way back and her hair is all the way back, but there's one piece that's still covering up she pinned it down into it.
Okay.
I like the dress. But the top part is what loses it for me. It seems like a disconnect in there. Had it would have just been just the what do you call this, like Chevy, like
chevrons
at the bottom, and then the top part I would have just done like minimum like chevron across rather than having two different patterns. I would have stoned it and steamed it. But hey, it's not my finale. I didn't make it that far.
Guys, this is my winner. I'm so sad.
I'm winner, chicken dinner.
I just I really do love this look. When I went home, when I was done watching the episode, I just couldn't stop thinking about Davina. I felt like this was a look I remembered as opposed to Baga and Vivian's, which were great looks, but this was Davina's episode. So I was bummed, but I really like that. To me, this is like who Davina is, and I think that's what I kind of look for in finale looks, especially. Whereas Baggers was great, but I see like where you're coming from. We're like, it wasn't really a finale look, but to me, this really does read Davina, and I really enjoyed that. I just enjoyed her journey, and I thought this was just solely who she was. So thank you, Davina.
Can I ask a question? I'm just curious what you guys think. It just popped into my head. So if like Baga doesn't wear this kind of stuff, like as Baga on a day-to-day when she goes out. I'm not a gown person. I mean, I have a couple, but it's very rare that I would wear a gown out or in for a number. Do you think that for the finale runway for RuPaul's Drag Race, you have to be in a gown proper?
No, I don't think so. No.
That's a good question.
Because
I mean, if you have like a sickening backpack or like something like a pantsuit that's kind of like, you know, abstract, I would wear that. But you don't have to wear a gown.
I think it's just kind of like doing something that really stays true to your brand.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking of like, I think it was 10 where it was like, was it 10 where it was Eureka and Cameron and Aquaria and Asia? Like those weren't like completely over the top looks, but to me, those were just like who they were. Those 4 looks were amazing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like these big gigantic gowns.
Right.
But you have to just sell yourself and really make save that outfit who Davina is, Vivian, Baga, save it for the finale and just, you know.
Well, that's what, I mean, I was just thinking back, like season 2, Raven wore that black, like corseted thing with that
Naomi Smalls.
Naomi borrowed and used on her season. And then when Raja won, remember, she was wearing a black with a little derby hat and stuff. Like, it wasn't a gown. So I almost wish, I guess my point was that I wish Baga would have just done like top tier Baga, not try to do top tier Vivian. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like her coming out in a gown was her trying to be, oh, well, they're going to wear gowns. It's a finale. I should wear a gown. No, just be you elevated.
Right.
That's all I care
good,
about.
yeah.
So if she would have done that, I think you guys would have liked it more.
Maybe if Baga had like brunette hair or something.
Yeah. Or just
I
that's
think
Baga,
that's what it was. It was
you
the
know?
hair and the color.
Because we've seen a lot of blonde this
and
season.
yellow.
Even
She
in
wore
this
yellow.
episode, lots of blonde. So
Yeah.
maybe that would have changed the entire look. Because that's Baga. When I think of Baga, I think of like dark hair.
Just curious. Sorry, I just wanted to ask that.
No, it's a good question. Very good question.
So Vivian was next. This was gorgeous to me. Like, this was my favorite outfit
I
of this
agree.
episode. I thought it was very Vivian, like you said. It fit her brand. It was just very like beautiful and polished, and I just adored it. Plus, it was like something that I was like, oh, I'd love to wear that, you know. So there's that kind of element in there as well.
Now, did you watch this on your 4K HD?
I did.
But now, like, whoever did her stones, the Adderall kicked in. Like, it's so, like, technologically placed. Like, all of her stones, they're small stones. So they were all just, like, probably went through a machine or something. I don't know how the hell. But I saw her runway, and I rewinded it, and I watched it again. And I just wrote Vivian as my runway. Just Vivian.
Yeah.
So, damn.
I mean, it's her elevated.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
incredible. It's incredible.
Beautiful.
So out of the returning queens, my favorite out of the returning queens outfits was Something Wong, because I felt like there were definitely times, especially in her introduction video, where I thought, she's got like something going on, but I can't figure it out yet. And then in this runway, I was like, it all comes together. Like, I see her aesthetic. I get her aesthetic. And so I thought,
don't remember what
She was wearing like a
Kimono.
lingerie and a kimono.
where you could see like her bra
Yeah.
and like she had like the big hair.
I just couldn't get over the white mask.
Yeah, she has
It
such
was
white.
It's so
Her
white,
makeup
and
is
it
so white. I said that before. It's like this diamond of white.
yeah,
Like right
but
like
it
this.
wasn't really blended, so it
Yeah.
was just like a line across, I guess.
But you know what's funny too is because, well, I guess they filmed that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking because usually the finale is after they've taped. They were still taping. So, but now if you look at her on now, it's not nearly like
She
that.
blends now.
Yeah,
And
it's-
that's what I said
She looks
about,
so much better now.
About Davina. I saw a video of her she just released, and I was like, holy cow, this is not the same Davina
Yeah.
that we've seen on the show. Like,
Well,
Because this
she-
was like in May or June.
Yeah.
of last
May,
year.
April kind of time frame.
This is
Maybe even
summer.
before that.
I think it was
March.
Yeah, it might have been.
Did you guys have any favorites from the returning queens?
I like that she said Something
Blue.
Wongs. I love Something Wongs. I thought that was totally her brand. I love the color. I think she's just such a standout to me, even though she kind of went home like fourth. But yeah, I loved it. It was so fantasy. I don't know why it gave me Mariah Carey a little bit. Like, and just like, I loved how she mixed in, the kimono with lingerie. I thought it was so sexy. And she's definitely someone who I think is an all-star. So I loved hers.
Blue was my favorite.
Yeah, a lot of the chat is saying Blue was their
my favorite. I just how she put it together. I don't know. I liked how it was like she was wearing a leotard or something underneath. But then how the front of the dress was open and had, like, you could see that. Yeah. There you go.
See, that's a finale look. Like, I would wear something like that. It's really cute for her.
Which was cool. It was nice to see kind of like this was kind of like
Do you
their
know
finale
who
look.
You know who I can see wearing this or probably already wore this? And I'm sorry, I'm not comparing queens, so don't read me in the chat. This is a Trinity Taylor.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Based.
Esque.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Lorraine was wearing this. Lorraine, when are you wearing this?
Well, I'm sure that's about 12 sizes too small for me.
Wait, Jayla, who is your favorite?
My favorite?
Of the
none
returning.
of them. Send them all. My favorite returning queen had to be Michelle Visage. Her look was amazing. Nicole, who does her makeup, bitch, you killed it all season long.
You're being serious about her
Oh,
outfit?
I'm so serious.
Oh, I thought her outfit was horrible. I thought it was tragic.
I can never really tell what she's wearing because I'm so busy with her makeup.
at the beginning.
They show her at the beginning on the runway, and I was just like, what is that? Oh, that's so funny. I totally thought you were joking at first.
They honestly all looked great. Like, I loved seeing Gothy again. I loved seeing... I missed her. I was like, oh,
Scaredy.
okay. In the white. Scaredy cat, yes. I love my scaredy cat.
I forgot she was on there, and they show her. I was like, oh, I forgot she was there.
She looked like she did kind of tone down the blush.
Just a little
It looked like she had
bit.
she was
But I
kinda
love
like,
that harsh ass.
I mean, if it's you, do it. Like, I don't try to be like other people. Do you, however that entails, Some people are going to like it.
Vinegar. You see
Vinegar looks
come
great.
out?
Vinegar looks great.
I loved when Baga was like, you don't look hodgepodge.
Even though she had a little trouble going down the stairs. Remember
well,
that?
she had a lot of tulle. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, she looked really good.
They all looked great, honestly.
Yeah, they really did. They all really did look good. Even Cheryl Hole with her
leotard?
Leotard. It was a leotard.
Oh, y'all are.
Leotard. Yeah.
There's people in the chat who are not fan of her reveal.
But this is Alyssa Edwards.
Yeah,
Edwards.
totally. Cheryl's really
Someone said, why does Crystal look like the bird from Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends?
Coco! Oh my
No,
God. I'm dead.
not Coco.
I love that show.
Oh yeah, Crystal had the blue. I did think that the second time I watched Crystal, the second one coming out with her, she has that like green thing on top, but when she drops it, it's just kind of a green little mini dress underneath with boots. So I was just kind of like, interesting. I liked it. I mean, it's okay, but I just...
You are dying over here.
That was such a weird, obscure reference. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which I love. But yeah, Crystal was probably the weakest, if anything, but she still looked great.
Yeah.
I thought it was her elevated drag, which I appreciated. So then they do the thing that Mark loves, where they talk to your former self, and then they ask.
Baga's name is Mark.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mark. Who's Mark?
And then they ask you why you should win. And I thought this was interesting because, some seasons in the U.S., you really have somebody throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah.
You're like, they're all garbage and I'm the best.
Yeah.
I liked that nobody this season did that. I was sad, that Baga was like, oh, they should win. And I was like, girl, you got to advocate for yourself.
Jackie, she's trying to get on All Stars. What are you talking about? It is more successful to lose and go on All Stars. Let's be real.
I've been
Do you ever
telling
think
people
about that? But despite that, if she was serious, like, to me, it also showed a lot of growth from her, too. Because this whole season, it's always been like the Baga show. She's talking about herself. But it was kind of nice to really, for her to really uplift the other queens. And I think she really did grow in this show despite that. But yes, she's definitely trying to get on All Stars. But so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I think that showed a lot of heart from Baga, especially because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting her to be like, I'm the winner, blah, blah, blah. So shocking, but it was sweet.
I mean, I think Graham Norton said it best because I do think that, it's a completely different country. They just, you know what I mean? You can't forget that this isn't what, we're very, when people come here, I've been around some European people in my life, and their opinion.
I know.
Their opinions of us. You know what I mean? We are. We're very loud. We're very opinionated. We're very.
No, you're very loud. You're very.
We're just strong, you know what I mean? Like, we don't mind talking about ourselves. And I think Graham was saying it is like, this was probably very hard for all of them as Brits, because they are very self-deprecating, which is, I think, why I like Brits, because I do the same thing to myself. But, you know what I mean? Like, I think that we do have to take that into consideration when we're critiquing the show, because it is a completely different country, and we have to understand their culture and their, way of thinking. So, I mean, it's Baga. You know what I mean? Her response was so Baga to me,
I agree. Well, we'll see you on All Stars, Baga.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then they had a lip sync so we could actually see Davina lip sync.
Right.
I'm not crazy about Wham to begin with. So
why they pick that
Odd song.
It
Because
was
don't they
just
usually do a
weird.
Rue song?
or something slow?
I feel like they always do a Rue song.
I don't know.
Well, they already did a Rue song.
Did they, please correct me if I'm wrong, did they do a Kylie Minogue song? Why not if they didn't? Did they do a Kylie? Like, you want to go out on a banger, like a UK banger, and this was just not
Spice
it.
Girls.
And it didn't, they're wearing their best drag, and you have this kind of like quirky Wham song that I'm like,
it just felt like
you knew they were going to be dressed up. Why did you pick this song?
Yeah.
It didn't fit.
It was I was disappointed because of the song
if you're going to do Queen Champion, or, you know what I mean? Like something like that, where you're like, make it kind of relate to this being a finale song,
Right.
Or Rue, write another.
I would have done Tears Dry on their own. That would have been a good one for finale.
Yeah.
Switch the songs.
Yeah.
Like anything else.
Love
Somebody
at
wrote
first
George
sight.
Michael.
Kylie Minogue, just saying.
Well, girl, the show is over.
I'm talking
She's still requesting finale songs.
Season 2, Jayla. Season 2. I digress. But congratulations, Vivian.
Yes, congrats to Vivian. Our new queen.
Their new queen.
Their new queen.
We'll see her, though, come do her show in Wow Presents Plus.
Yeah.
So good for her.
And they showed it at the end. They showed that little clip at the end of the...
Oh, they've already done it?
Well,
I didn't get that on my
Well,
app.
when I watched it the second time on Wow Presents, at the when the show ends, they show a clip of... It's like an animated thing of the Vivian driving down... in a convertible with the Hollywood sign. Oh. It's like animated, and then they also show there's a Baga and Vivian doing Trump and Margaret Thatcher as a show as well.
Oh,
so
I saw the pictures, but I didn't know where it came from, so I have to rewatch it. We'll
rewatch it on Wow Presents because it's. I didn't see it the first time, but the second time when I watched it today, at the end I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And it was something.
So
it was cute.
Spoiler tease. We watched the screener.
Yeah.
And I'm just on the edge of my seat.
Oh yeah.
And it goes off.
That's right.
At the very last second.
Because we got the screener the day before.
We did.
Yeah.
And it was like, the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK is, and it goes black. Yeah. And I'm like, is this wrong with my TV?
Why did the screeners...
I'm like, I pay my bills this month. Like, well, it's not working.
Why did the screeners do that? That was so upsetting.
Because they don't want you to
to
spoil
tell.
it.
But it's like, why give us the entire... Whatever.
They do that with every screener. You know that.
So, fans of the week, Carrie Simpson, Michael A., and I can't read the rest of my handwriting. So that's who it is.
Dang. All right.
Thank you guys for commenting on YouTube. We really appreciate it. They told us Carrie Simpson wanted Vivian or Davina to win, and Michael A. was Team Vivian, so they got the winners they like. Yeah. And a special thank you to Christian for he's tuning in right now live, but he also has been giving me some pointers all season, which I appreciate.
To keep you from getting dragged every episode. I do have a thing.
Chippy tea.
Chippy tea.
Chippy tea.
A few of our fans on Twitter wanted to know who was our fan favorite, or who would
be Miss Congeniality.
Miss Congeniality and her fan favorite. So I would say Vinegar or
Baga.
You think so?
Excluding the top 3.
Oh, excluding the top 3?
I would say Vinegar.
I would say Vinegar's good. I would say Something Wrong.
I would say
between
either one of
two.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who I would say
I'd be
too.
okay with either of those.
I would say that too.
Yeah.
Do they? They're not going to do that this season, I guess.
No, the budget.
Sad.
They didn't even have a reunion, girl. They was
Boo!
like,
They should give it out on Twitter.
Season 2 they will.
yeah.
Do we have a local queen, Ollie?
We do. I just want to shout out local queen.
Oh, I love this
From
hair.
the UK. She's a bearded queen. She's great with dads, and she loves sausage. This is Frida Slaves.
Yes.
Frida Slaves. I would love to see you on season 2. Go check her out.
Her name is Frida Slaves.
Yes.
I'm done. I'm logging out.
Follow her and check her out on Instagram at Frida Slaves. She is a riot, so check her out, please, and maybe a season 2.
I live. Yes, definitely. I want
And Mark had a.
I do. I have
Quote.
a quote of the week and I have a quote of the season. Quote of the week, because I had to. Quote of the week is on the finale runway when Bagga says, "Bag of chips was top 3. Put that on your chip and eat it."
I loved it.
I laughed out
loved
loud. And my quote of the season, hands down, I think everybody will agree, much bah!
I love that she doesn't pronounce the T's.
Yeah. Much bah! So that's quote of the season.
And then, if you guys haven't tuned into Drag Race Weekly, there have been some surprising.
So we did it a little differently than I told you last week. We were going to do 4 one week and 3 the next week, and then we realized this was a lot. This would have been a really long video. So we're doing them individually. So each Brit crew member gets their own Mark J. Freeman video. I know just what you want in your stocking this Christmas. We've released Archie, Meet the Brit Crew Archie, and AJ got released today.
Now, how many of them are single?
I was just about to ask.
I think just one.
You guys are
Because
thirsty.
I mean, listen, when he
think just
said he
one.
was going to do 4 or 5 in a week, I've been there.
Yeah. I mean, things could have changed since I was
So I
messaging
guess
them, but
we'll do them individually.
as of now, one is single.
One a week.
One is single. And I'll let you have to watch to find out which one is the single one.
Okay.
AJ's got released today, and then Tom next Thursday, and Mitch on next Sunday, and then the final 3 will be each Thursday after that.
Okay. And
So,
speaking of AJ and the Queen.
AJ and the Queen,
is
January.
coming.
Netflix.
January,
right?
yes. And Rui looks amazing.
Yeah, she does.
So tune in for that, you guys. Thank you guys for watching us all season. I am 123 Jackie B. Mark, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me for now on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, but I'm thinking I'm going to switch it to Much Bad!
I love it when you do that.
Because I'm picturing Bagga's face.
My God. I know, the face.
Us
I
Mark's
want
got to
that-
stick together,
I
Bagga.
want that in a
Us Mark's
sticker.
gotta stick
Can I get
together.
an animated sticker of her face?
Much Bad.
Oh my God, thank you guys so much for watching this season with us. Make sure you follow me on the gram at WhoIsJaylaRocks. That's 2 X's 3 if you nasty.
And check her out on Sequester. Right?
Yes, watch me on Sequester every Sunday. Today's Sunday. So
Yeah, today.
And I'm Ollie Drennan. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ollie Drennan.
Can we end with a much better altogether?
Much better!
Until next time!
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.